besonderen Sprecher, Braja Sundara Prabhu, ist angereist aus Sri Vrindavan und er lebt am Govardhan und er redet gerne oder erklärt gerne das Bhagavad. Das wird er heute auch ganz machen. Normalerweise lesen wir aus Bhagavad Gita, aber Braja Sundara wird jetzt heute aus dem Bhagavatam ein bisschen was erklären. Und wir haben heute Morgen schon von ihm gehört, und das ist der zweite Teil, oder jetzt ist der zweite Teil. Und er wird in Englisch sprechen. Gibt es jemanden, der gar kein Englisch kann? Malachi, what you speak? German or Russian? Deutsch. Okay. Gut, vielleicht kann für Malachi jemand übersetzen. Das wäre auf jeden Fall nice. Und die anderen hören einfach spannend zu. Und am Ende könnt ihr gerne Fragen stellen. Vachanda, Jai.
Hare Krishna. Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Loudly clap your hands Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Jaya Krishna Balaram Jaya Krishna Balaram Jaya Krishna Balaram Jaya Krishna Balaram Jaya Radhe Shyam Jaya Radhe Shyam Jaya Radhe Shyam Jaya Radhe Shyam Jaya Adhi Govardhan Jaya Adhi Govardhan Jaya Adhi Govardhan Jaya Adhi Govardhan Jaya Radhe Jaya Radhe Jaya Radhe Jaya Shri Radhe Jaya Radhe Jaya Radhe Jaya Radhe Jaya Shri Radhe Jaya Nitai Gaura Chandra Jaya Nitai Gaura Chandra Jaya Nitai Gaura Chandra Jaya Nitai Gaura Chandra Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Gurudev 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 Jaya Shila Gurudev Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की समवेत गौर भक्त वृंद की जगत गुरु शिल प्रभुपाद जी महाराज की जय।
वंशाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयत्मुदीरये। नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नंदनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। जन्मादियस्य तन्वयादितरतश्चार्तेष्वभिज्ञस्वराट् तेन ब्रह्मर्धयाधिकवये मुह्यन्ति यत् सूरया तेजो वारिमृदां यथा विनिमयो यत्र त्रिसर्गो मृषा धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि। धर्मा प्रोजितकैतवत्र परमो निर्मत्सराणां सतां वेद्यं वास्तवमत्र वस्तु शिवदं तापोत्रयन्मूलनं। श्रीमद्भागवते महामुनिकृते किं वा परैरीश्वरः सद्यो हृदयवृद्धि अत्र कृतिभिः शुश्रूषुभिस्तकुशनात्। निगमकल्पतरोर्गलितं फलं शुकमुखादमृतद्रं वसंयुतं पिबत भागवतं रसमालयं मुहुरवो रसिका भुवि भावुका। ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। मुखं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वतीदेवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। नित्यानन्दमहं नौमि सर्वानन्दकरं परं हरिनामामृतं देवम् अवधूताशिरोमणिम्। आनन्दलीलामयविग्रहाय हेमाम्बदिव्यछविसुन्दराय तस्मै महाप्रेमरसाप्रदाय चैतन्यचन्द्राय नमो नमस्ते। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. We did a session in the morning, but just to summarize the morning session, I'll just take a few minutes. Maharaja Ambarisa, we're discussing Ambrish Charitra, life and activities of Maharaja Ambarisa. So Ambrish was a most powerful and celebrated devotee of Lord Krishna. Maharaja Ambarisa was the emperor of the whole world, and but although the whole opulence was at his feet, but he considered his opulence as temporary. And indeed, knowing that such opulence is a cause of downfall in conditioned life, he was unattached to it. and he engaged his senses, his mind, his everything in the service of the Supreme Lord. This is called a Yukta Vairagya, using everything in the service of the Supreme Lord. Because Amrish Maharaj, the emperor, was immensely opulent, he performed devotional service also with great opulence. And therefore, despite his wealth, despite his opulence, he was not attached to it at all. That should be a devotee. He should have a lot of opulence, but he should not be attached to it. And he constantly engaged his service, constantly engaged his senses in the service of the Supreme Lord. And once Maharaja Ambrish, he had taken a vow to perform Ekadashi Vrata. He was performing Ekadashi Vrata every day, I mean all the Ekadashi Vrata. But that particular year he decided that he will spend the entire year in Vrindavan, in Madhuvan especially. And while observing the vow of Dwadashi, I mean, how Ambrish Maharaj did his Ekadashi? Not like us. He fasted for 3 days, 2 nights. I mean, on the Dashmi, the fasting used to start, whole day, nothing to eat. Ekadashi day, whole day, nothing to eat. And then on the Dwadashi day, during the Parayan time, he used to break the fast. That is the standard procedure of practicing Ekadashi. So, on the Ekadashi day, on that particular Dwadashi day, when he was about to break his fast, and also his vow for the entire year of spending the time at Vrindavan was about to get complete, at that time, the great mystic yogi Durvasa Rishi appears there as a guest. And Ambrish Maharaj respectfully received Durvasa Muni, and Durvasa Muni, after accepting the invitation to eat there, he went to take a bath in the river Yamuna. And while he came back, he saw in his meditation that Ambrish had drank a little water, consulting the Brahmanas, just to make sure that the fast-breaking timing is not going away. So Maharaj Ambrish, upon seeing that, so Durvasa Muni, when he understood with his mystic powers what had happened, he became very angry, and he finally created a demon from his hair, and which appeared like a fire of death, and it wanted to attack Ambrish Maharaj. But Lord has already given his Sudarshan Chakra to Ambrish Maharaj for his protection. So further what happens, let us see now. So taking the trident in his hand and making the surface of the earth tremble in fear, this creature was going towards Ambrish Maharaj. And a king, upon seeing him, was not at all disturbed, and the king never moved even from his position. Now, a pure devotee of the Supreme Lord, they are never afraid of any material condition in the world. Those who are not surrendered, they are afraid. But those who are surrendered, they are not afraid. For them, staying in hell, staying in heaven, staying in Germany, staying in Vrindavan is the same. Because they always carry the Lord with them. There are many examples such as Prahlad Maharaj, who was tortured by his father, but Prahlad Maharaj was not at all afraid of the situations, of the calamities in his life. So therefore we have to follow the footsteps of Ambrish Maharaj and Prahlad Maharaj, and devotees should learn to tolerate all the awkward positions in this world. Whenever the awkward situation comes, the devotees, they blame the Supreme Lord, and then they lose faith in Krishna consciousness also. Why these things is happening to me? So a devotee should learn how to tolerate all such awkward situations. Devotees are often tortured by non-devotees, yet the pure devotees, yes, those devotees, sincere devotees, they fully depend on the Lord in all the situations. And they depend fully on the mercy of the Lord. That is a sincere devotee. He doesn't blame the Lord. Why you have put me in this situation? He simply accepts whatever is coming as Lord's mercy and depends fully on the mercy of the Supreme Lord. So, as a fire in the forest immediately burns into ashes an angry snake, when the forest is burning, and there might be few angry snakes living in it, but what happens? The fire burns all of them into ashes. So, by the Supreme Lord's instructions, the Sudarshan Chakra, he immediately burned to ashes the created demon to protect the Lord's devotee. So, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord has taken the charge of Lord's devotee's protection. It is not that Sudarshan Chakra is only available to Ambrish Maharaj. Sudarshan Chakra is available to each one of us who have taken shelter of the Supreme Lord. Yes, the Lord is there for our protection. Lord is there. The Lord is so kind and merciful that He gives the devotee proper guidance and all the protections. And thus the devotee very peacefully, he makes solid progress in Krishna consciousness without getting disturbed. Externally he might be disturbed, but internally he is very peaceful and depending on the Lord because Lord is protecting him. So, we need to understand that upon seeing the attempt of upon seeing his attempt failed, Durvasa Rishi became afraid. Durvasa Muni became afraid. One who cannot be afraid was afraid. So Durvasa Muni, he saw, Sudarshan Chakra is coming towards him now. The Sudarshan Chakra, after killing that demon, it turned his direction and it went behind Durvasa Muni. And Durvasa Muni became frightened and he started running to save his life. Now, Durvasa Muni, where was he? What was he doing? Durvasa Muni saw that the disc was coming and he was burning. So Durvasa Muni ran to Sumeru mountain. He was thinking that by going to Sumeru mountain he will be saved. Sudarshan Chakra followed him in the Sumeru mountain. Then he went in different directions in the sky and Sudarshan Chakra was following him. He went on the different caves, different oceans. He went throughout the three worlds, on the heavenly planets, but wherever he went, Sudarshan Chakra was behind him. So, and the heat was very unbearable. So, Durvasa Muni went here and there looking for protection, and when he could not find any shelter, he decided to finally approach Lord Brahma, the creator of this universe, thinking that Lord Brahma, who has created this universe, will give me shelter. So he went there and he offered obeisances. Please accept my most humble obeisances, Brahmaji. Please protect me. And Brahmaji saying, what happened? Oh, this Sudarshana. I disturbed Ambrish and the Sudarshana is behind me. And Brahmaji said, oh, you know, Durvasa, you have messed up with whom? You have messed up with Supreme Lord. Don't you know the Supreme Lord is the protector of his devotees? And do you know what happens? At the end of Dviprarada, when the pastimes of Lords come to an end, Lord Vishnu, by the flick of his eyebrows, what does he do? He vanquishes the entire universe. And all of our residents, including Brahma Loka, Shiva Loka, all the residents of the demigods, everybody at the time of annihilation, they entered into the Supreme Lord. And what are you talking? So Durvasa Muni was trying to request, please, is there any way by which I can save this? No way. Can I go to Lord Shiva? Yes, you can try. Brahmaji said, you can try going to Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva is a good friend of Vishnu. If he can help you, there is no harm. Why don't you go to Lord Shiva? Okay. Then he goes to Lord Shiva. And as soon as Lord Shiva, he goes to Lord Shiva says, my dear son, Brahmaji, other demigods, and who rotate in the entire universe under the misconception of our own greatness cannot exhibit any power to compare with Supreme Personality of Godhead. So, simply by the Lord's desire, this whole world comes into creation, and simply by the Lord's desire, this whole creation is annihilated. So what to say of me? There are unlimited Brahmas, unlimited Lord Shivas. We are just one Brahma. So one universe, and there is one Brahma, one Shiva, but there are unlimited universes. There are unlimited Brahmas, unlimited Shivas, unlimited demigods. So what to say? What are you? How can we protect you? So Durvasa was asking what to do. So Sudarshan Chakra belongs to the Lord of Vaikuntha, and you have a visa to go to Vaikuntha. Why don't you go to Vaikuntha? Yes. So Durvasa Rishi, he entered the Vaikuntha. He went to Prapanchika Vaikuntha, not the Maha Vaikuntha. Every universe, it has a local Vaikuntha office. Okay, Prapanchika Vaikuntha. So Durvasa Muni went there and entered and nobody could stop him. Who can stop Durvasa Muni? All the 7 gatekeepers are allowed. Durvasa Rishi entered straight. He was swaying, I have a visa, allow me to go. And he just entered. And he went and he surrendered himself to the Supreme Personality of Godhead's lotus feet. So Durvasa Muni, he was the great mystic. And the great mystic, scorched by the heat of Sudarshan Chakra, he fell at the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord. His body was trembling. He was in fear. And he was saying, "Oh unlimited Lord, oh protector of the devotees, oh protector of the whole world, you are the only desirable object of all the devotees. I am a great offender. My Lord, please give me protection by my body, by my mind, by my action. I completely surrender to your lotus feet. You have said in the Bhagavad Gita, Sarva dharman parittajya mamekam sharanam raja. Today I give up abandon all my dharmas and I completely surrender to your lotus feet. Will the Lord give me protection?" So, Durvasa Rishi was saying, without knowing your unlimited prowess, I have offended your devotee. Very kindly save me from the reactions of this offense. How? Where can I wash this offense? This Sudarshan Chakra, the Sudarshan disc of yours is killing me like anything. I will be burned into ashes. My mystic powers, my yogic powers are not able to stop Sudarshan Chakra. You can do everything. Even a person who is going to hell, you can deliver him and give him your abode. So please save me, my dear Lord. Please save me. Pahimam, pahimam. Rakshamam, rakshamam. And the Lord is saying, Durvasa. He did not say this. He's saying, Aham bhakta paradhino. Hiya sutantra iva duja sadhubhir grasta hridayo bhaktera bhakta jana priya. What is he saying? Ambrish, I am completely under the control of my devotees. You are surrendering to me, but I am under the control of my devotees. I am not at all independent. I mean Durvasa's last hope of survival. Imagine he went to all over the universe. He went to Sumeru Parvat. He went to so many earth, sky, wherever he could go. He went to different lokas, the houses of the demigods. He went everywhere. He went to Brahma. He went to Shiva. And finally, the Sudarshan Chakra belongs to whom? This Lord Narayana. And he was in the house of Lord Narayana, offering him prostrated dandavats. And Lord has promised, Sarvat bhagavan marittaja mamekam sharanam vraja. If someone gives up everything and comes unto me, I will give protection. And Durvasa did that. He said, I give up everything. I give up all my mystic powers. I give up everything. And today I am surrendered unto your lotus feet. Save me. And the Lord is saying, I am not at all independent. I can't help you. He said, why? Why you cannot help me? You should do something. I mean, you have said in the Bhagavad Gita. You have said, in front of everybody you said, those who surrender unto you will protect. And the Lord is saying, because my devotees are completely devoid of material desires, I sit in the course of their hearts. What to speak of my devotee, even those who are devotees of my devotees are very, very dear to me. Acha. Okay. What next? Oh, best of the Brahmanas. Oh, Maharshi Durvasa. Oh, the great mystic yogi, the Lord is saying. Without saintly person, from whom I am the only destination, I do not desire to enjoy my transcendental bliss and my supreme opulences. Now we need to understand that Supreme Lord is self-sufficient. But to enjoy transcendental bliss, he requires cooperation and association of devotees. In Vrindavan, when although Lord Krishna is full in himself, he wants cooperation of the devotees like his cowherd boys, the gopis, to perform his pastimes. Such devotees, such pure devotees, they increase the pleasure of the Supreme Lord. They give pleasure to the Supreme Lord. Not only does the Supreme Lord enjoy the company of the devotees, but because he is unlimited, he wants to increase his pleasure unlimited, and that's why he wants unlimited devotees. And that's why although there are unlimited devotees in the spiritual world, he comes down in the material world to attract more conditioned souls, and so that he can take more conditioned souls back to him, and with each and every devotee he can enjoy his pastimes. That is Lord's business. So the Krishna consciousness movement is an attempt to increase the number of pure devotees for the Supreme Lord. It's a mission of the Lord. We're all helping the Supreme Lord's mission to increase the number of devotees. Many times devotees, they encourage other people to take initiation from their spiritual master. But they have this understanding. But the real understanding, the mission of the spiritual master is also the same. The spiritual master's mission is the mission of Krishna. And so everybody should be encouraged to take shelter of Krishna and go to the abode of the Supreme Lord. So here Durvasa, he's saying that I am understanding. I understood the glories of Bhakta. He's saying, I understood the glories of your Bhakta, Amrish Maharaj. And my dear Lord, I understood. So I wanted to kill him. Sudarshana came, protected you. I understood your glories also. Now I have come here. I am surrendered to you. Now I can understand your glories, that you are under his control. But the Lord is saying, but how will you save me? How will you protect me? So Lord is saying, first understand this principle. First try to understand these glories of Bhakti, Bhakta and Bhagavan. We need to understand in our Krishna conscious life the glories of Bhakti, the glories of Bhakta and glories of Bhagavan. These pastimes depicts that. Durvasa Muni was not aware of this principle. What principles? He was not aware of the devotee's glory, the glory of the devotional service and the glory of the Supreme Lord. This pastimes makes everything clear. The Lord is saying, since pure devotees, they give up their homes, their families, their relatives, their riches, and they want to simply serve me without any desires for material improvement. Not even in this life, even in the next life, they don't want anything. Forget about that. They don't even want the different kinds of muktis which are available. They simply want to serve. The pure devotees, they simply want to serve the Lord, birth after birth. They don't want anything. They don't want the material. They don't want material opulence. They don't want. What is there in this Krishna consciousness? What is there to be pure devotee? We should all, at least once, follow on this path and become a pure devotee, and then we will see what happens. Let us try to practice Krishna consciousness in this Anya Abhilashita Shunyam, without any desires for material enjoyment. Just as a chaste woman brings their gentle husband under their control, the Lord is saying, similarly, my devotees bring me under their control by their service. So it is not that Lord cannot be brought under the control. Mother Yashoda's pastimes, especially Damodar Leela, by we can understand how the Lord can be controlled by love. Can the Supreme Lord be tied up? It's not possible to tie it up. But Mother Yashoda bound up that Lord Shri Krishna with the rope of her love. And that Supreme Lord which cannot be bound up there is no rope which can bind up Lord Krishna. That Lord Krishna got bound up by Mother Yashoda. That Lord Krishna got bound up by the gopis. That Lord Krishna got bound up by the Gopas. In Vrindavan, in the Vrindavan, Krishna is not a supreme personality of Godhead. Krishna is just a son of Nanda Maharaj. Once these boys were playing. All the boys were playing. And two groups were formed. Krishna's group and Balaram's group. It was agreed that whichever group loses, right? Whichever group loses, they have to carry the losing group has to carry the winning group on their back. Simple agreement. Krishna's group lost. So the Balaram's team said, okay, Krishna, now you have to become a horse and we'll ride on you. And Krishna said, hey, you know who am I? You want that I should carry you? I'm the Supreme Lord. I'm the son of Supreme Lord. Is he okay? What's wrong with him? I'm the son of Nanda Maharaj. Son of Nanda Maharaj. Son of the king. This whole branch belongs to my father. Oh, puffed up guy. He's so puffed up. Just throw him. Just remove him from the group. Never take him back. So Lord Krishna, they all kicked him away. They all kicked him away, and the Lord went crying there. And the Lord was sitting and he was crying. My God, what did I just say? I said to my friends that I am the Supreme Lord, and they're laughing at this. And they said, did I say that I am the son of Nanda Maharaj? And all of you are my father's servants? Oh my God. And Krishna started to cry. He was crying. And then they all felt pity and they said, will you do that mistake again? Will you say that again? No, I'm very sorry. Okay, you can come back. Will you become a horse? Yes. See, then someone rode on Krishna and they all went away. So, in Braja Leela, nobody sees Krishna as Supreme Lord. Braja Leela. They all see Krishna as the son of Nanda Maharaj. That is the difference between Braja Leela and Dwarka Leela or Mathura Leela. In Vrindavan, what is the scene in Vrindavan? Everybody has a relationship with Krishna, pure relationship with Krishna. There is no mixture of Aishwarya in it. Pure love. Whereas in Mathura and in Dwarka, there is a mixture of Aishwarya. Means what? In Vrindavan, they don't see Krishna as Supreme Lord. They only see Krishna as their friend, their beloved lover, or Nanda Maharaj's son. That's a relation or a friend. In Mathura, this is not the case. In Mathura, they have understanding that Krishna is also the Supreme Lord and also their friend. Krishna is also my son and also the Supreme Lord. Just like Mother Yashoda, Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda and Vasudeva Devaki. There is a difference. What is the difference? Nanda Mahaba and Yashoda, they purely considered Krishna as their son. And they don't have the understanding that Krishna is Supreme Lord. Whereas Vasudeva and Devaki, they have the understanding that Krishna is Supreme Lord. At the same time, they see Krishna as their son. So both mix is there. So, in Braja Leela, Krishna does whatever he wants to do. But nobody believes that Krishna is God. Krishna lifts Govardhan. You think, what's the big deal? Krishna lifted Govardhan because of the Radharani's mercy. Radharani was glancing and giving strength to Krishna, and based on that strength, Krishna was able to lift Govardhan. It's simple. Why complicate things? Krishna, why is then... And when Brahmas used to come and offer respects to Krishna, Dandavats, Krishna's friends used to ask to Krishna, hey, what's wrong with this Brahmaji? Why is he coming and offering you Dandavats? What did you do? And then the demigods like Indra, after whole Govardhan Lila, Indra came there with Surabhi cow. So after the whole scene was over, they all came and did Abhishek of the Lord. So they all went to Krishna and said, what is the problem with Indra? This is our service to bathe you, to do this. Why is Indra coming and doing this to you? Is he okay? Is he want to become a coward boy? What he wants to do? Is he aspiring for that? Why is he coming and doing all those things? Krishna, he kills Bakasur, he kills Aghasur, he chastises Kaliya, he does everything in the world. But this Brajvasis think so, that's just a play. Just a play. Once what happened, they all went to Talvan to, Balram and Krishna and everybody, they all went to Talvan to kill Dhenukasur. Right? So Dhenukasur was a donkey, he had so many friends. So Balramji, he caught hold of that Dhenukasur's legs, he whirled it around and threw it on the, and it went and lied on the tree, and all the fruits came down. So Krishna did the same with another donkey, and all of these boys were singing, wow, catch the donkey, swing it around, throw it, and the trees and the fruits come down. What a play! And Krishna Balram requested, can we also do this? I said, yes. So Krishna Balram empowered all these boys. So there are so many hundreds and hundreds of donkeys were there, and all these boys were just, it was a play for them. Catch hold of the donkeys, swing it around, throw it on the top, and the fruits will come out. Fruits will come down, and at the end of the day, they all took the fruits and went home. So for them, even killing of the demons was a play. So Supreme Lord is saying that my devotees are always satisfied to be engaged in my loving service, and not at all interested in the four principal liberations, Salukya, Sarupya, Samipya, Srashti. So what has to be said about, they don't even desire this thing, so they never desire the heavenly planets also. When you're asking me that I am under the control of my devotees, why am I in control? Because of this. They don't want anything from me. They simply want to render loving devotional service to me. Then further, the Lord is saying, Sadhavoradayam Mayam Sadhunaradayam Tvaham Madhyantate na janati naham tebhyo managapi. The pure devotee is always within the core of my hearts, and I am always in the core of my in the heart of my pure devotee. My devotee does not know anything else but me, and I do not know anything else but my devotee. So, since Durvasa wanted to chastise Ambarish Maharaj, right? He wanted to chastise Ambarish Maharaj. It is to be understood that he wanted to give pain to Ambarish Maharaj, but actually he was giving pain to Supreme Personality of Godhead. The pure devotee always resides in the heart of the Lord, and the Lord resides in the heart of pure devotee. So when we are offending, if you offend the pure devotee, we are actually offending the Supreme Personality of Godhead directly. So it's very serious. This Chaitanya Mahaprabhu strongly recommended that one should not commit offenses unto the lotus feet of any devotee. Anyone, one should be very, very, very careful in one's dealings in Krishna conscious life. Knowingly or unknowingly, one should not commit any offenses unto the feet of the devotees, and those who are given their life for the propagation of the holy name, for the propagation of Srimad Bhagavatam. And definitely such devotees are never to be offended. They are to be worshipped, they are to be respected. Such offenses are compared to mad elephant, because when a mad elephant enters a garden, it causes devastation. So if one is not careful against guarding against these offenses, one's spiritual life will be destroyed. And the first symptom which comes if we offend a devotee is we lose taste in Krishna consciousness. We lose taste in Bhakti. So that's why we have to be very, very careful. So after hearing the glories of his devotees, Durvasa Muni is requesting, my dear Lord, please give me some solution by which I can protect myself. The Lord finally gives a solution. I advise you for your protection is go and take shelter of Ambarish Maharaj. You have acted out of your envy. So therefore you should immediately go without a moment's delay and go and take shelter at the lotus feet of Ambarish. If Ambarish Maharaj can forgive you, then everything can be forgiven. A Vaishnava is always an object of envy for non-devotees. Even when the non-devotees happen to be his father, for example Hiranyakashipu. Hiranyakashipu was envious of his son Prahlad Maharaj, but his envy but his envy was this envy of the devotee was harmful to Hiranyakashipu, not to Prahlad. So if we are envious of the devotees, that is going to harm us, not the devotees. We should not try to commit offenses against the devotees, put them into a situation wherein they are suppressed, compressed, depressed. No. Be very careful, because that is going to come back. That is going to come back, and it's come back heavily. It is going to come back heavily. If a devotee is powerless, and you are very powerful, and you're trying to suppress him, compress him, depress him, it is going to come back heavily. Get ready for the show. Everything will be, time is so powerful, everything will go away. Just like we were discussing a few moments before, Sharmishta and Devayani, Sharmishta took all his 1,000 friends and put Devayani in the well. And then, after some time, Sharmishta and all the thousands friends of hers are all made servants of Devayani. Time changes, time is very powerful. So we have to be very careful. So, and he's saying, Tapo vidyatsa vipranam nishreyas kare ubhe te eva durvatinasya kalpate kartur anyatha. So for a Brahmana, austerity and learning are certainly auspicious. But when acquired by a person who is not gentle, such austerities and such learning are more dangerous. So when as devotees, as we gradually advance in Krishna consciousness, we should be very gentle. We should be very gentle. We should be very careful with our dealings. More and more we become advanced, more and we spend more time in Krishna consciousness, more and more we should become lower, humble. That is maturity. When a fruit grows in a tree, the tree bows down. Okay? And if the fruits are not coming, then figure out why the fruits are not coming. Which usually when the fruits are there, the tree goes down. So Amrish Maharaj was waiting there for Durvasa Muni to come back, and after 1 complete year, Durvasa Muni came back. After 1 complete year, and Durvasa Muni came and offered prostrated dandavats to the lotus feet of Amrish Maharaj, and Sudarshan Chakra was still behind him. And Amrish Maharaj woke up Durvasa. He embraced him, and then he started praying to Sudarshan Chakra. He offered various prayers to Sudarshan Chakra, various prayers, but Sudarshan Chakra was not getting pacified. And the Lord, then he said, that if there is anything by which the Lord is pleased by my service, I'll request you, my dear Sudarshan, please be pacified. Please forgive Durvasa. I forgive him. And as soon as Durvasa Rishi heard, as soon as the Sudarshan Chakra heard that Amrish Maharaj has forgiven Durvasa, he became pacified. He became pacified. So, we need to understand that who is Sudarshan Chakra? So Sudarshan Chakra is the origin of the creation and is the most dear to the Lord. And Sudarshan Chakra has thousands of spokes. Sudarshan Chakra is a killer of the prowess of all other weapons, the killer of the darkness, the manifestor of the prowess of devotional service. Sudarshan Chakra is the means of establishing religious principles, and Sudarshan Chakra is the killer of all the irreligious activities. So it is Sudarshan Chakra is very, very powerful. The whole universe has been maintained by Sudarshan Chakra. So Sudarshan Chakra, when Amrish Maharaj prayed to Sudarshan Chakra to be merciful, the Sudarshan Chakra was pacified and he went back. And then Durvasa Muni, who learned in a nasty way, there are some people who learn in a very easy way by hearing. It is better to hear and understand than to go through a life of Durvasa Muni. Hellish life. We don't even have power to go to Brahma Loka, Shiva Loka and Vaikuntha. Our existence will be finished. Durvasa Rishi was powerful, so he offended and he got a lesson in this way. We are not that powerful. If we offend, our whole existence is finished and we are anyways drowning in Maya. So we have to be very, very careful in how we deal with devotees. So, and then Amrish Maharaj brought Durvasa Rishi home, washed his lotus feet. See, washed his lotus feet, fed him nicely, pacified him, and then took his remnants, and then he was pacified. So Durvasa Rishi, he understood, the Durvasa Muni, he understood the glories of Bhakti, Bhakta and Bhagavan. So this is the pastimes of Ambarish Maharaj, how he was protected by Durvasa Rishi, protected by the Supreme Lord, disc. And Durvasa Muni is like, he is representing us. The Jivatma is conditioned soul, and he becomes puffed up by his opulence, by his material strength, and then he considers, although he spends good amount of time in Krishna consciousness, but he considers devotees, other devotees as inferior and he himself as superior. This tendency has to go away. A mood of a devotee is that everybody else is superior to me and I am the most lowest among all the creation. That is the mood of a devotee. He is the lowest, not that, but if because of some post and position, if we start considering ourselves as superior and others as inferior, then that is the start of our degradation, and that is going to drown us into hellish state of life. So one has to be very, very careful with practicing Krishna consciousness. Krishna consciousness is very simple for simple people. It's very simple. Simply, you need to chant the holy name, hear Hari Katha, read Srimad Bhagavatam, hear Srimad Bhagavatam, and you will develop prema of the Lord in the heart and enjoy the transcendental bliss, happiness coming out from the heart, and continue practicing Krishna consciousness, and then it's over. When life is over and one can attain the Supreme Lord's abode. So this is how simple Krishna consciousness is. So if you have any questions, I'd like to take some questions. Devotees can ask these questions. It's a very important lesson. So many lessons to be learned from these pastimes. That we understood the glories of Bhakti, Bhakta and Bhagavan. If you have any questions, you can ask. Yes, Prabhuji. When we are working in the office, we are getting paid, right? There are people who are not devotees in the office. Okay, they do so many nasty things in front of us, and there we tolerate. They say nasty things to us also because we tolerate there, right? Because they pay money. There we have tolerance. And why can't, when we come in association of devotees, why can't we show our tolerance here? There we see nasty things, dirty things, and we keep our eyes closed, mouth shut, ears closed, right? So when we are amongst the devotees, why don't we encourage them all? Why don't we encourage them? I told you yesterday that we had a discussion that when we see somebody superior to us, when we see a devotee who has good qualities, superior qualities than us, be very happy to see that qualities. What understanding one should have? That this qualities, this ability is given to him by Krishna. So very happily welcome him. When you see somebody is newly joined in Krishna consciousness and he wants help, why don't you just go and help him? Where will you find fault with him? Just go and help him. And whatever capacity you have, whatever understanding you have, just go and explain him, help him out. And when you see somebody who is equal to you, he has been with you for so many years, so just be friends with him. So where is the question of offending? If you simply follow these 3 simple steps, practical steps, you'll be happy. When somebody superior comes, just offer respects, do some little service to him and get a chance to hear from him. When somebody is new, go and help him. Somebody is equal, become friends. Where is the question of offering? Simple. Any other questions? Yes. Our dealings with devotees and non-devotees will be different. Now, usually what happens, when we see non-devotees enjoying, seeing them in their lifestyle, sometimes we develop this ahankar. I am practicing. These people are sort of hellish. Kya zindagi hai inki? It's just what life they are spending. Blah. When we do that, we're actually coming into danger zone. One should, yes, Mataji. What is Mataji saying?
Translation of Deutsch. Yes.
Go behind. Okay. So, one has to be very careful while dealing with non-devotees also. Very careful. Because we are practicing Krishna consciousness, we are fortunate enough to become devotees, and when we see other people smoking cigarette, drinking liquor and all, so if we don't have compassion towards them, and if we say, and we become proud, and then we criticize them, then we are actually risking ourselves to a great extent. Because by Lord's mercy, anybody can become a devotee. That we should understand. It is just a matter of time. And the whole world will become Krishna conscious. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has said, na, Prithve te ashi nagarade gram sarada vachara vilamar naam. It will happen. Who thought before 1965 that Krishna consciousness will spread all over the world? Who thought? A old man of 69 years old, Prabhupada, he went to the West, and 11 years he created a worldwide movement. So our dealings with non-devotees has to be very on compassionate level. But at the same time, we should not take their mood. You can help them if they need help, but don't take their mood. Okay? That you need to understand. We should be compassionate towards them, and one should, if they need some help, we can help, give them some gifts, give them Mahaprasad, give them some help. But don't associate with them. Don't try to take their mood. Otherwise, there's a danger for you. So, maintain each and every living entity must be respected. And so, those who are not practicing, those who are not devotees, so that doesn't mean they should be neglected. They should also be respected. But from a distance, within our heart, we should respect them. Not that if you see someone, though you start criticizing, see these people. What a life they're living. Is this a life? We are devotees. It doesn't take time. Maya is very strong. Any other questions? Yes. Can you come ahead a bit? It's very difficult to, I can't hear you. Yes. No. I mean to say that if someone has good qualities, why don't we accept that as those good qualities? Okay, somebody has that. I don't have that. So accepting that doesn't make you inferior. I'm just saying in a context. Okay. If somebody has good qualities, accept him or her, and try to understand that his qualities. If somebody is very scholarly, he's like in school and colleges, somebody is very scholarly, he's getting good marks, he's studying hard. So we should accept, oh, he's very good. And somebody is very dull in the class, so why don't we just go and help him out? So that to become the basic point is to become free from envy. That is the point. Not that somebody is superior or inferior. The basic point is to become free from envy. Okay, that is the main point. We develop a kind of envy towards someone who has good qualities. Like in our offices also, when we are working, we see somebody who is doing good, so we develop envy for him. And then we burn our life. But if we see, okay, he has got good qualities, he's working out good for him, be happy. Why be envious of him? So in that sense, I'm saying that if somebody has good qualities, superior qualities, you don't have that, so you accept. Not that, yes, but at the same time, we should understand that we have to also be amongst devotees. Amongst the outside world, the calculation is different. Amongst the devotees, you should always take a lower position, because that is good for Krishna consciousness. Lower position doesn't mean you are inferior or superior. Lower position is best consciousness for a devotee, because then one does not commit any offenses, and one can very peacefully practice Krishna consciousness nicely. Getting big positions, posts and all, it's a risky affairs, very risky affairs. So, and when your name and fame, if somebody glorifies you, your name and fame increases, it's very risky affair to maintain your consciousness still grounded. So that is what I'm saying. We have to be grounded. Grounded in terms of, like somebody glorifies us, but we should not forget our past. That what kind of person we were in the past, we know ourselves. So we should not forget that. And how we have, by the mercy of the Lord, by the mercy of the devotees, we have come out of that situation. So that we should not forget. Actually, each and every devotee is our Guru, is helping us. How? Each and every, since the time we have joined Krishna consciousness, till today, so many people have helped us in Bhakti. Somebody gave us a bead bag, somebody gave us some Bhagavad Gita, somebody gave us Saudas Prasad, somebody gave us Bhagavad Gita classes, Bhagavatam classes, somebody taught us so many things, somebody taught us how to serve the Lord, somebody taught us so many things. So like that, over the years, so many devotees have helped us in so many different ways. So all of them are like the Guru to us. They have been helping us. So it is naturally we should be very humble and accept that because of this mercy of such a Vaishnavas, we are able to understand Krishna and we have become a devotee, I have become a devotee. So that understanding one should have, that consciousness one should have. If we forget, if we have this understanding, then we will always be grounded that yes, and then you will progress very fast in Krishna consciousness. Any other questions? Yes.
You say dealing with non-devotees, you should be compassionate towards them. But sometimes you meet people who are new to Vaishnava culture and kids, and then they feel that okay, these guys are being fanatics, or they say on the face that these guys are being fanatics, serving or offering everything or chanting so much.
Yeah.
So how to then be compassionate to such person who is trying to offend you or trying to basically telling you that whatever you are doing is just rubbish?
Look, they will not stay long with you. If they are offending, they don't like, they'll go away. But you should be good to them. Okay. If they don't understand what we are doing, because they are not aware of that, they don't have the proper understanding, proper knowledge. That's why they are saying that. But you be good to them. So that they will remember, in the time of difficulty, they will remember, oh, Prabhuji was good with me. I was criticizing them, but now criticizing just like that, somebody just comes to you and just says, oh, this is like, what you're doing is just blah, blah, blah. And then criticism where they know everything, the science of Krishna knows everything, still you criticize, that is severe fault. But such people who are come and criticizing, you should ignore them. It's better to ignore them. And it is best that you be good to them. They say, whatever you like, you can take this prasad. Just be good with them. And you can try your best to explain that, okay, this is like that, this is like that. But still, if they don't understand, then you can't help. But be good. Be good to them. You cannot fight with them. If you fight, then you will lose. Any other questions? Yes, Prabhuji.
You have mentioned very nice examples about like the pure devotional service or by Gopas and Gopis of Braja, and Yashoda Mata and Nanda Maharaj has the pure devotional love because they did not consider Krishna as supreme personality of the Godhead. But in case of Vasudeva and Devaki, they were knowing that he is supreme personality, they could not develop that relationship like Gopas, Gopis, and like Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda Mata. So, the question is that we all know that Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead, and we are not like Yashoda Mata and Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda Mata. So how a devotee can develop this kind of relationship with Krishna like Gopis and Gopas, knowing that he is the supreme personality of the Godhead? So how this can happen in this material world?
You're asking a question of Raganuga Bhakti. So I'll put it in very simple words that it's a gradual development which happens in the life of a devotee when he hears. When he hears about, first the hearing is very general. He hears all the pastimes of all incarnations, and gradually his taste for one particular incarnation of the Lord increases. And then he prefers hearing about that incarnation. And then further to that, in that incarnation also, there are different rasas. So after hearing about that incarnation, he developed an attraction towards one particular rasa. Okay, like Sakhya ras, Dasya ras, Madhuri ras, Vatsalya ras. And then he prefers hearing from that particular rasa itself. And then gradually, his relationship develops. But for all this happens under the guidance of a sadhu. For that, all this guidance. But I'll just putting in simple words. I'll just answer your questions. It all happens. It is an internal process. It is gradual progress. It happens by regularly hearing about the Supreme Lord, His activities, His name, His fame, His pastimes, and also regularly hearing Bhagavatam, reading Bhagavatam, speaking about the Lord's glories. So gradually the heart of the devotee moves in that direction. It's a gradual process, a natural process. It is not an artificial process wherein one can reach there directly. So it will gradually happen. And when the appropriate time comes, Krishna will send help. Okay, Hare Krishna. Any other questions? And we cannot become like Mother Yashoda and Nanda Baba. They are all Ragatmika Bhaktas. So Bhakti which is performed following in the footsteps of such great devotees is called Raganuga Bhakti. So we can all become Raganuga Bhaktas, but we cannot become Nanda Baba, Yashoda, we cannot become Gopis. I mean, we can, there are different categories of Gopis, okay, but we cannot become like them. We can just follow in their footsteps and practice Krishna consciousness. Any other questions? Yes, Mataji.
Sometimes the spiritual process might be different for different people. Some devotees make quick advancement, and others may be around so many years and still struggling.
Yes, this happens because they have done in the past. In the past life, they have performed devotional service, so that just continues. and they can make a rapid progress. Just because of past life continuation.
And that's how we get human form again and again and again, right?
What?
Because we have done some positive deeds in the past in the Krishna consciousness.
Yes.
That's why we get again human form. Yeah?
Yes. But best is to finish in this life.
Their choice.
Let's not wait for the future chances. You never know your future chance. Where are you? Right now it's an opportunity to all of us that we have association of devotees. We know what is the process. We have sadhu sangha, we have bhajan kriya. We know what to do. Everything is known to us. So best is to make perfect use of it this now. Otherwise time passes and next birth, where will we be? And what if you take a birth again in the family of devotees also? Everybody is devotee, but your conviction is not there. That is also a problem. So this is the right opportunity. Let's perfect our existence. Let's not waste time. Anything else? Adhokshaja. Yes.
What is having unflinching faith?
What means? That Narad Muni in the Narada Pancharatra, Narada Bhakti Sutra, he gives a definition of love. What is the definition of love? Is that in the most challenging circumstances also, the love for the Lord should not be shaken. Even in the most difficult situations of the life, the love for the Lord, Supreme Lord, should not be shaken. Just like gopis, Aslishava Padaratam Pinashtumam Maramahatam Yatha Dhatulam Pato Mata Prana Natastu Sevana Para. So the devotees of the Lord, they are like that. So unflinching faith means one who has such kind of faith. Even if the Lord favors me, or the Lord does not favors me, if the Lord gives me what I want, or the Lord does not give me what I want, still, in all the conditions, the Lord, Supreme Lord Krishna is the Lord of my life. And I cannot give up His lotus feet in any circumstances. If He fulfills my desire, that's fine. If He doesn't fulfill, that's fine. If He gives me a girl I want, that's fine. If He doesn't give me a girl I want, that's also fine. No problem. If He keeps me poor all the time and doesn't give me any wealth, that is also fine with me. I'll spend the whole life remaining poor. If He doesn't give me any wealth, any opulence in my life, it's fine. I'm okay with that. I just want to render unalloyed loving devotional service under lotus feet. So that such kind of unflinching faith comes when we associate with devotees who have unflinching faith. So one should always aspire within our heart. We should always pray to the Lordship to give us association of pure unalloyed devotees of the Lord. Always one should hanker, one should pray. And when we have this association, such unalloyed association, then we should sit in their association and inquire from them, get our doubts cleared. And when the doubts are cleared, one will develop unflinching faith. Till the doubts are there in our heart about the Supreme Lord, about the devotional service, about the devotees, about the process, we won't be able to develop unflinching faith. If the doubts are removed, who will remove the doubts? People who have no doubts will remove your doubts. If you're asking a person who has doubts, then he will put in more doubt. So you have to associate with people who has no doubt, who has an unflinching faith. If the doubts are removed, that's why one should take shelter of Srimad Bhagavatam, because Bhagavatam, three things happens when one takes shelter of Bhagavatam. Doubts are removed, karma is slackened, and prema bhakti is established within the heart. That's the three benefits of taking shelter of Srimad Bhagavatam. So personal Bhagavata or book of Bhagavata, either. Hare Krishna. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की समवेत गौर भक्त वृंद की गौर सुंदर प्रभु की